So, guys, I want to tell you something. It's not personal. It's not personal. Nothing is personal. How much of your life, how much of the people in your life and what they're choosing and what they're not choosing and what they're saying and what they're not saying are you taking personally? And so today I would like to give you some tools, some awarenesses on this topic to help you navigate the world, navigate the people around you so that you don't need to take it personally. You can be the space of you and walk through the world as the space of you, and what people are choosing you don't need to be the effect of, because when you are at the effect of what someone else is choosing, you're giving your power away to that person or that situation. And it may not be your wisest choice to give your power away, because then you are no longer in your own power. You know, they have power over you. That situation now has power over you. So you eliminate choice, you eliminate awareness, you eliminate you from the space. And what I hope to be able to gift to you guys today is some tools to help you remain in the power of you, and then what someone else is choosing, you can be an allowance of that and choose accordingly. Because it's very often that, especially, you know, in our close circle, whether it's our intimate partner, our family, our friends, we take what they're choosing personally. And then we're at the effect of it. You know, think to when you take something personally and how you feel and how you behave and how your life starts to become when you're taking it personally. You know, you're in reaction mode, you don't feel good, you're either angry or you're sad or you're hurt or you're um, blaming or shaming or whatever it is. And so, what if we could change that? What if you could have more ease with what the people around you are choosing, especially the people close to you, because we tend to value what they think, value what they, um, their opinions of us, and we value the relationship with them. And because they're very close to us, because a lot of them are very close to our heart, if not in, one with our heart, there's a lot of thoughts, feelings, and emotions intertwined with all of that and intertwined with all of them, and then our relationship is all intertwined, and then what they're choosing we become at the effect of, because we've made it personal what they're choosing. You know, their life, their relationship to us is personal, so it's a personal relationship. And so, well, of course I'm going to get upset with what they're choosing, because it directly affects my life, what they're choosing. And what if something else is possible? What if we could have some tools to navigate that with more ease, so that what they were choosing, regardless of how personal the relationship is, how close they are to you, you can be in the space of you, you can be an allowance of it, and you can navigate it. Because when you can be the space of you, you can then be in receiving, and you can receive awareness. You can receive what contribution you can be, what is actually going on beneath what occurred. And so, first thing is to be aware of when you are taking something personally. Because if we aren't aware of it, then we can't change it. And so we want to be able to develop that ability to, in ourselves, to be present with ourselves, so that we can be aware when we're not being the space of us anymore. So there's a lot of noise going on, guys. Hope you can hear me. Yeah, so that when we are taking it personally, we're like, oh, wait a second, I'm taking something personally. Cool. Because what can happen is it can be like 30 minutes later, it can be an hour later, it could be 5 days later, it could be 6 months later, you're like still taking something personally. Like, I can't believe they chose this, I can't believe they did this. It could be a year later. You know, some people, a year later, they're still taking something personally. So they're still at the effect that whole year, they're still at the effect of what that person chose. And it's like, do you really want to live your life like that? Do you really want to live your life at the effect of what somebody chose, and giving your power away to that situation and that person, and not being able to have that energy for you and the creation of your life? It's all a choice, you know. If that's what you want to choose, choose it. If you're listening to this and that's not what you want to choose, then I'm going to give you some tools to help you go beyond that. So first thing is being aware of it, because then we can change it. Reflect in. Reflect in when you've taken a person. Okay, I'm taking this personally right now. Okay, well, what is this? What is this for me? What does it bring up? Maybe they. Let's do an example of you were supposed to hang out with a friend. You made plans, supposed to hang out with, and then on the day they cancelled. To hang out with somebody else, and you took it personally. Like, what? We made these plans weeks ago, and now you're cancelling me to hang out with this person. Or does this relationship mean nothing to you? Like, how could you do that? Like, and we're taking it personally. We're at the effect of what they've chosen, and so we go, okay, well, what does this bring up for me? Like, what is this? Oh, I'm feeling. This is an example, guys. I'm feeling abandoned right now. I feel like they're abandoning me. Cool. So then you go, okay, where in my life was I abandoned? Oh, I felt abandoned as a kid because mom and dad they weren't there for me, or they left me here or whatever. Cool. And then if it's getting that deep to inner child work, go do some inner child work. Um, you know, that's the sign. Go do some inner child work. Maybe it's okay. Well, what's it gonna take to be there for me? Am I there for me? What would it take to be that energy for me, where I am there for me, so my inner child can know, no, I'm there for you. So you can heal that, so that when someone else abandons you, you're not at the effect of it. And what space can I be to change this? And so asking questions is questions can change the energy of any situation, and they bring in more awareness for you, more possibilities, more choice. You can dive deeper into what's going on. And then, with the questions too, it's like, because what we want to do is we want to get ourselves to the space of allowance, which is an interesting point of view. So what they're choosing is just an interesting point of view, that they chose this thing, that they think this way. So if we can, this is a tool of access consciousness, interesting point of view. Everything is just an interesting point of view. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just an interesting point of view. So whatever they're choosing, it's just interesting. So if you can go use this tool as, okay, interesting that they chose this. Okay, interesting that they chose not to hang out with me. Interesting. Okay. Let's do a example of they judged you and were mean to you, and you took it personally and note the effect of it. And generally what happens in that moment is, like, you will defend yourself that you're not what they're judging you for. So you're trying to be right for them trying to make you wrong. It just becomes this battle of right and wrong. But if we can go, okay, interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Huh, interesting, because it is interesting. We have to be that space of interesting. It's not interesting point of view, that's judgment. It's interesting point of view, okay. Lightens up the space. Yeah, interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Okay, what's real and true for me about this? Oh, I know I'm not that. Okay, cool. Well, I don't need to fight them about it. I need to be right for it. I'm in allowance of them having that point of view. I'm an allowance of them choosing that. When we can get to that space of allowance, then we're out of the duality of right and wrong, good and bad, positive, negative. Then we can see what contribution we can be. Then we can see what's required. Like, it might be like, okay, because allowance isn't being a doormat. It's not tolerating it. It's not condoning what they're choosing. It's interesting point of view. I'm in allowance of it. What is actually going on? Does this work for me? Yes or no? Oh, this doesn't work for me the way they're treating me or what they're choosing. Okay, I'm going to have a conversation with them. Hey, what you're choosing isn't working for me. What can we choose different? What else can we create? But you're in that space where you can be that, not in the reaction, not in the taking it personally, and then it becomes a fight, and then it's just not a nice energy. When we can get ourselves into the space of action and not reaction, then we can ask questions, and then we can create something different. And if it's in relationship with someone, you can have it as a creationship where you can create the relationship and actually go, hey, this isn't working. What else is possible? What else can we choose? Because this doesn't work for me. And then, if it's something big and they're not willing to change, well, you also have the choice to walk away. But at least you're getting yourself to that space where you can actually ask questions and go, hey, this doesn't work for me. There's no fight about it. There's no taking it personally. So bring in awareness to where you're taking things personally. Ask questions, reflect in, ask questions. Interesting point of view, allowance. So that you can have more ease. So you can walk through the world not being at the effect of what other people are choosing, especially those people close to you. So that you can enjoy you more and have more ease. And not need to take everything personally, because again, it's not personal. Remind yourself, it's not personal. It's about them. It's where they're at on their journey. They have their wounds, they have their triggers, they have their insecurities, they have their stuff going on in their life right now. Their stresses, the money, the whatever, the relationship problems, whatever it is. People got their stuff. People have a lot of stuff going on, and some of us can be projected on because of that, and then we take it personally, like, why would they say that? Why are they being that way? Why would they choose that? In a relationship, like, why did they leave me? Why? If we're going into the why, then we're just in a never-ending story and we're gonna get lost. We don't need to figure out why, by the way. The why will come when it's required. If it's required, don't get caught up on trying to figure out why they chose what they chose because you took it personally. Oh, it's significant now, I'm taking it personally, so I need to go into their reality to figure out why they chose what they chose. And as soon as we go into their reality to figure out why they chose what they chose, we're no longer in our reality, and then we get stuck and we get lost in their reality, and then we invite in their energies from their reality into our reality, and then become at the effect of their reality in our reality and have to play out their energies in our reality, and it doesn't create a good time, and then we create suffering, and we create drama, and we create trauma, and we create whatever, because we're going into their reality in order to heal them or save them or fix them or figure out why they chose what they chose. Because if I can understand why they chose what they chose, then I can understand them better, then I can understand the situation better, because that's so significant. Because if I can understand the situation better, then I can move on. All of which you've given all your power away to all of that, to even need to get to that space to have to know why. What if the why isn't relevant? What if you didn't need to know the reason why they chose what they chose? People choose what they choose because they choose it. It doesn't need to be a reason to it. Stop creating reason to everything. If the reason's there, you'll get it as an awareness. You don't need to spend your energy trying to figure it out. Otherwise, you take that energy away from the creation of your life and get stuck in the past. So, what else is possible with all that? And yeah, just have that awareness that it's where they're at in the journey. What space can I be to create something different? What space can I be to contribute to something greater? For them and for me and for the world. Not, I need to take it personally because I care about them, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about. So use these tools, guys. If you take something personally and then you get swept away a little bit and then you get aware of it, don't be hard on yourself. Kindness. Cool, I'm aware of it. Okay. Tools. Oh, yeah, I've got these tools. All right, sweet. Let's get back to the space of me. Okay, cool. Now what can I choose? Some things will come and just knock you away, and then you're like, okay. Oh, yep. I'm taking it personally right now. All right, let's come back. The more you practice the tools, the more you practice all this, the easier it will be to use the tools and to be the space of you. And yeah, if you have got this far and you'd like to work with me, I've just launched free 30-minute discovery calls. So book one in, comment discovery, or send me a message, and let's see how we can work together to create the change that you're after. And yeah, thanks for listening, and goodbye.